Welcome everyone. I'm excited to kick off our presentation today on data migration and integration, specifically focusing on scripting in ServiceNow. This is the first slide, so I just want to give you a quick overview of what we'll cover. We'll explore the key concepts of data migration, how to effectively integrate systems, and some best practices for scripting within ServiceNow. Let's dive in and see how we can make these processes seamless and efficient. Now, let's take a look at how ServiceNow enables customization to meet your unique needs. It automates processes, which means it can handle routine tasks seamlessly, freeing up your time for more strategic work. This automation also helps reduce manual effort, minimizing errors and increasing efficiency. Additionally, the platform extends its capabilities through JavaScript, allowing for more tailored and dynamic application behavior. This flexibility supports creating solutions that are not only powerful, but also adaptable to changing requirements. Overall, these features are essential for advanced development, helping you build more sophisticated and effective solutions within ServiceNow. Let's talk about writing code to control application behavior in ServiceNow. The primary scripting language we use here is JavaScript, which is very powerful and versatile. By scripting, we can create dynamic and automated functionalities that respond to different situations within the system. This not only makes the system more flexible, but also allows for a high level of customization to meet specific organizational needs. Plus, well-written scripts help us develop solutions that are both efficient and scalable, meaning they can grow and adapt as our requirements evolve. Overall, scripting is a key part of how we tailor ServiceNow to work best for us and improve our workflows. Let's take a closer look at the differences between client-side scripting and server-side scripting, as well as their specific use cases. Client-side scripting runs directly in the user's browser, meaning it handles things like form validation, user interface interactions, and dynamic content updates without needing to communicate with the server. This makes the experience faster and more responsive for the user. On the other hand, server-side scripting runs on the server, processing data, managing database interactions, and handling business logic that the client doesn't need to see directly. Both types of scripting are essential in ServiceNow and other platforms. They serve different purposes, but often work together to create a seamless user experience. For example, client-side scripts are great for immediate feedback, while server-side scripts are better suited for complex data processing and security. Understanding when and where to use each type helps us build more efficient and effective applications. Let's talk about how this approach improves user interaction. When we implement UI policies with scripts, it allows for a more dynamic and responsive experience. Moving on to UI policies, these are rules that we can define to control how the interface behaves, and they can include scripts to make them even more flexible. Now, focusing on client scripts, these run directly in the browser, which means at the UI level. This is key because it allows for real-time interaction without needing to go back to the server. Some common examples include client-side scripting, where we can validate forms, show or hide fields, or provide instant feedback to users. This makes the interface more intuitive and faster to use. The main takeaway here is that client scripts enable us to create a smoother, more engaging user experience by handling interactions right at the client side, reducing delays and making the system feel more responsive. Let's talk about server-side scripting, which is mainly used for backend logic and processing. When we refer to backend logic, we're talking about the rules and processes that happen behind the scenes to make everything work smoothly. Two key components here are business rules and script includes. Business rules help enforce policies and automate actions based on certain conditions. Script includes are reusable server-side scripts that can be called upon whenever needed, promoting efficiency. These scripts run directly on the server or within the database, meaning they handle the heavy lifting away from the user interface. Examples include automating data validation, managing complex calculations, or handling integrations with other systems. The main idea is that server-side scripting ensures data integrity, security, and consistency, all while keeping the user experience seamless. So, understanding how these scripts function is crucial for building reliable and efficient applications. Let's take a closer look at business rules, specifically server-side scripts that are triggered on record operations. These scripts run automatically whenever a record is inserted, updated, deleted, or queried. They can be set to execute at different times, such as before or after the operation, asynchronously, or during display. The key idea here is that these scripts are used to enforce business logic, ensuring that data adheres to our rules and standards. They also help automate backend processes, reducing manual effort and minimizing errors. Overall, server-side scripts are a powerful tool to maintain data integrity and streamline operations across the system. Let's take a closer look at some common scripting components, starting with Glide Record and Glide System, or GS for short. These are essential objects when working with server-side scripts in ServiceNow. Glide Record allows us to interact with database tables, perform queries, and manipulate records efficiently. Glide System, on the other hand, provides system-related functions, like logging or getting user information. We also have current and previous objects, which are particularly useful in business rules. The current object represents the record being processed right now, while the previous object holds the state of that record before any changes. Together, they help us track what's new versus what's been altered. Switching over to client-side scripting, gform is our go-to object for interacting with forms. It lets us access form fields, set values, and control form behavior dynamically. Understanding these components is key because they form the foundation of most scripting in ServiceNow. Whether we're automating tasks on the server or customizing user interactions on the client, these objects are the building blocks that make our scripts powerful and flexible. Let's take a closer look at the different types of client scripts we can use: onload, onchange, onsubmit, and onCellEdit. Each of these serves a unique purpose in customizing how our forms behave and interact with users. Onload scripts run when the form first loads, allowing us to set default values or adjust the UI dynamically. Onchange scripts are triggered whenever a user modifies a field, so we can perform real-time validation or update related fields instantly. OnSubmit scripts come into play when the user submits the form, giving us a chance to validate data or trigger workflows before finalizing. Lastly, onCellEdit scripts are useful in grid or list views, enabling us to respond to individual cell edits within a dataset. Connecting these script types to the overall theme, they empower us to create more interactive, user-friendly, and efficient forms, tailored precisely to our business needs. Scripting truly enhances platform functionality by allowing us to automate routine tasks and tailor solutions to specific needs. It's an essential skill for ServiceNow developers because it enables us to build more scalable and efficient systems. When we leverage scripting effectively, we're not just creating static features, we're empowering the platform to adapt and grow with the organization. Ultimately, mastering scripting helps us deliver smarter, more flexible solutions that support the overall goal of a more agile and responsive service management environment.